Welcome dear students. Let's learn about effect of improvement in health infrastructure or effects of good health infrastructure. The result of good health infrastructure is as follows. It has eradicated smallpox, which was a spreaded diseases beforehand. The disease which was spread beforehand. Also, the death rate has declined to 7.2 per thousand in 2010. Decline in infant mortality rate to 47 per thousand live births in 2010. So, we come to know that good health infrastructure or improvement in the health infrastructure is proving to be good for the society. Also, rise in life expectancy. Previously, it was 32 years and this has increased to 63.5 years. Now, what is life expectancy? That we'll discuss in the next slide. Control of diseases like cholera, polio, leprosy and tuberculosis. These are deadly diseases. These have also been controlled to a greater extent. Now we'll be learning about the indicators of health infrastructures. Infant mortality rate per thousand live births. See, this is a comparison given, that is from the year 2015 to 2017. When we compare our nation with China or US or Sri Lanka, let us see what is this. Infant mortality rate is the rate at which the number of children below the age of 1 year they die. That is called infant mortality rate. This rate is as per 1000 live births. In India it is 34 and in China it is 8. So we can just see that we are lagging far behind and there is still a scope of improvement. Second is under 5 mortality per 1000 live births. It means all the children who die by the age of 5 years. This is also very high in our nation, that is 39.4 as compared to China 9.3 and as compared to US it's 6.6. So we come to know that infant mortality rate, that is deaths below the age of 1 year, and under 5 mortality rate, that is deaths below the age of 5 years. This is quite high when we compare to the other nations. Then third indicator is birth by skilled attendants. This is percentage of total. This is 85.7 in our nation as compared to China, US and Sri Lanka, which is very high, 99 and 100%. Then fully immunized. India is not fully immunized. It's just 88%. And when we compare it with China or Sri Lanka or US, which is very high rate. Then government health spending in total government spending. That is from the entire expenditure of the government. What is the percentage which is spent on health infrastructure in our nation? That percentage is quite small. Only 4%. Not even 4%. 3.9%. And when we compare it with US, which is 16.8%, so government is required to spend more on the improvement of health infrastructure. Out of pocket expenditure as a percentage of private expenditure on health, this rate is also very low, very high in our nation, that is 65 as compared to China 32.4 and as compared to US it's 11.1. So out of pocket expenditure as a private percent of expenditure on health, this is high in our nation and still there is a scope of improvement, still there is a scope. So these human development indexes, how the human resources are developed, and the indicators 2018 statistical update and world development indicators 2018, which actually, that is, these are few indicators which show what is the state of health in our nation. Scholars have stated that government should play an active role in health infrastructure for our nation so that there is further scope of improvement. Health is an important indicator of development of our nation. Once the human resource is physically, mentally, socially healthy, it will contribute more towards the development of our nation. So in this video, we learned that improvement in the health infrastructure has taken place and still there is a scope of improvement, as well as we learned what are actually the indicators of health infrastructure. Thank you all.